You have employed many people in your business. What's the difference you see just compare with Australia with Canada?
The first fundamental difference for myself is I've always worked with older, much mature people as well. Now I'm working with youngsters without experience of working and without experience of life both. The biggest challenge here is in Australia, people were happier because of the one job culture.
This new generation is really lost. They don't know what their aim is. They don't know what they really wanted to be in their life. How these people are acclimatizing or learning new skills.
The youngsters should have a plan, and if they have a plan, that's the learning they should be focusing on.
There is another transformation era, AI. Do you think this AI will, wipe many jobs?
The answer to this question is simply hiding in the fact is our understanding of AI as a society. What is our understanding of AI as an individual? AI is, if not there yet, but will be at the level of human intelligence or more.
The word is not enough. This thing applies to our today's guest in Beyond Immigration, Tushar Singla. Born in India, lived in Australia, now he is in Canada. We would like to talk to him and will explore some hidden truths and social reality with him today. Welcome to Beyond Immigration, Tushar. How are you today?
Thank you for having us. Good morning. I'm good, thank you. And yourself?
Okay. Awesome. It's a rainy day, but it's good to have rain, good for plants and weather as well.
One of the things I like about Canada.
So what was the most interesting thing that you liked in Canada when you landed for the first time? Oh, you landed 12 years before.
Yes, I came to Canada in 2012 as a student myself in Rotman School of Management. Because of some reasons I couldn't finish my MBA, so I had to go back to India. But the thing I like about Canada is the cold.
Cold?
Yes, I don't like heat.
Okay. And that's why you immigrated from India to Canada at first.
No, that was my desire to explore other cultures always. So I got into York University in UK also after year 12, but I did not pursue my education there. Cardiff also I remember. But I always wanted to go overseas and travel and live overseas just to explore. So before that, I had lived in the US already for a few months. In 2010 also. I've lived and traveled a few countries, but it is all about exploring.
So apart from Canada, you lived in Australia for around
9 years.
9 years.
Yes.
So what encouraged or stimulated you to move to Australia?
When I moved back from Canada, the immigration system wasn't really easy at that time. Student immigration was an easier path. But I didn't want to study anymore after I left my MBA midway. So Australian immigration was easily available at that time. I got good score in IELTS and my profile was good as well. So got an Australian immigration, just explore. It was not a plan to move that let me go to Australia for a certain reason. It was already just the explore. Let's go and see what happens. But I was lucky enough to land on my feet and get a job straight away, start my own business also, and things like that.
By profession, you were in IT.
Yes.
You were having your own IT business in Australia, India, Dubai, USA, in Canada as well. And now you're doing totally different thing, chai coffee company.
Yes.
Very interesting name. So what's your opinion in terms of changing your domain or industry from IT to a food sector?
Being very close to IT and having spent 16 years, the learning was that AI is coming. We saw it coming a long time ago, and we will not be able to retire in AI, in the AI world, in IT. So, and then when I got here, the reasons of moving here were exiting AI, starting something new, exiting the world of IT, and then also bringing my parents here, which is the immigration part of Canada, which I like. And then the fundamental reason for doing something like this was to have a social impact, to take to people the idea of taking a break for their food, which is something North America is slowly slipping away from. Also do fresh and high quality food as well. And this is what gave birth to Chai Coffee Company. So me and my wife, we designed everything, the menu, the concept, and the way people should feel when they get there. But yeah, I quit IT once and for all. It's done for me.
Food businesses, boss, very competitive.
Yes.
If you go to Scott Road, 128th Street, anywhere in Surrey, because we're in Surrey, right?
Yes.
You will find dozens and dozens of food businesses. Especially if you talk about chai, coffee. Tim Hortons is there, Starbucks is there. There are many local coffee shops as well. So, what was the main reason that, my idea is different? I will not only survive, I will flourish in this chai coffee business. So, what was the main underlying reason you decided to just go with it?
Um, I visited a lot of these businesses as a guest when I was exploring. My understanding of coffee from Australia, cafe culture from Australia is um, it is hard to find bad food and bad coffee in Australia. Yes, it's very, very nice. I always give people this example, which is the number one cooking show on the planet. It is not MasterChef Italy, France, UK, India. It is MasterChef Australia. Food is very, very nice. The culture is nice about eating. So people don't do drive-throughs. There is no drive-through for coffee in Australia other than
Oh, there's no drive-through of coffees in no Tim Hortons or Starbucks?
no, Starbucks died miserably.
Okay.
Melbourne it shut down. Brisbane it shut down. Sydney, 18 of the first 20 stores closed down. They only exist in touristy spots now,
Oh.
where foreigners who are inclined towards Starbucks will go and consume Starbucks. But
Okay.
local Australian people will never touch it. If you open Tim Hortons, I'm sorry, if Tim Hortons people are listening, they will close very quickly. If Starbucks didn't survive, Tim Hortons has no chance. And then again, coming back to this, a lot of businesses here, for some reason, I did not find res- reflected the way of food life that it is in India. I also always tell people there is no drive-through for chai in India. Also, it will never be there because India not only runs on chai, but India stops for chai. We like to stop and have our chai.
True. That's
No
true.
matter where we go. Most of the chai I found here was geared towards quick service. We did not want to do that, and the coffee here is done differently too. It's done in Europe and Australia. It's more commercial, like Starbucks and Tim Hortons. Local coffee shops are there in Vancouver and other places, but in Surrey it was not those many. Again, chains also. So we wanted to build a local place where you can come and call it home, where you can come and feel a connection to the place. So a little bit of local flavor as well, a little bit of local home-like feeling where you can come and see the food being made. So that is how the concept slowly evolved. There is a lot of lack of trust in the food quality here from many places as well, right? Where you switch off your brain because the food may not be fresh, or it is a commercial product, or it is not made in-house. Same goes for tea as well, whether the tea is made before, or is it made with the powder, or is it made fresh. So you have that question. You don't have a definite answer. That's the feeling I got. And when we started talking to people to understand that, yeah, you're missing great chai, you're missing great coffee, and most of all, what you're missing is having both those things together. You have either chai places, you have other coffee places. Very rare places do both great tea and great coffee.
You have one thing more, Maggie.
Yes.
I was visiting your menu online and I found Maggie. I didn't find that product in any other, local coffee shop or any Indian restaurant. Maggie is something that is, stick to the heart for Indian people,
A lot.
right? 2-minute Maggie. Even whenever we go anywhere, say for example for camping and all, we keep a lot of Maggie. So what about did how you thought to integrate Maggie to coffee? Just a natural thing, or
Yes, it is. All our concept is based on how we feel. So when we feel like tea, we want a snack. When we feel like coffee, we want a snack. So our menu was always geared towards just giving that snack experience, never a full meal experience, right? So um, Maggie is a very popular snack. The other ones are bread pakoras and things like that. The fritters we never got into because we don't want to serve people fried food. So we don't have anything fried on our menu. That was very intentional. So we left that out, but we still kept some of the favorite Indian snacks like rolls, wraps, party rolls, Maggie again, and sandwiches, right? So, but we try to put a healthy spin on a lot of that by improving the ingredients.
Freshly made.
Yes, freshly made, and wherever we can get organic ingredients, we did that. So again, trying to have a balance of quality and freshness while still giving you that snacky experience is the center line you're trying to keep on.
That's great. You are a very mature person, Tushar. You have been to different continents, countries, have done businesses in different countries. You have employed many people in your business. In terms of team members or employees, what's the difference you see just compare with Australia with Canada?
Many differences. So the first fundamental difference for myself is I've only worked with tech people before, and now I'm working with non-tech people. So that is a big learning. Plus, I've always worked with older, much mature people as well. Now I'm working with youngsters, people without experience altogether, without experience of working and without experience of life, both. Then the other things I'm learning is I've never worked with these many people of Indian origin before as staff or employees or team members. Then coupled with the younger generation not having a lot of clarity, which is all what every older generation will say about the younger generation, that they don't know what they're doing. So I do get a bit of that feeling as well. Not to offend anybody though. The biggest challenge here is in Australia, people were happier in general because of the one job culture. Extremely rarely you'll find people doing two jobs there. Here, a lot of people are geared towards the two job culture for various reasons, social reasons, financial reasons, which is what is introducing a lot of stress in people's lives. Where we find that a lot of people are applying for jobs also, like I have these jobs and I have to manage my schedule, I have this small availability, can you fit me in here? What I feel is if you're cooking for another person and if you're not fresh in your mind, in your body, you will not be up to the mark and your quality will not be nice. You'll not be happy doing the job. You'll be irritable. We are human beings. So, and that's where we realize that this is a big difference in how people end up having a little bit of a rough life and rough work culture here.
The new generation is really very challenging, right? This is my experience, not only my experience, your experience, this is everyone's experience, that this new generation is really lost, right? They don't know what their aim is. They don't know what they really wanted to be in their life. They're just, going directionless, because you're running a business, you're employing many, employees. Those might be students or immigrants. So what's your perspective in terms of how these people are acclimatizing or learning new skills in the business environment?
The learning for any new immigrant or student or new person coming to Canada is purely focused on settling down here first, and two, the source of information is very limited. It is coming from peers and consultants or guides. We were blessed. My parents, both engineers, put us on a path of education, put us on a path of making a career for ourselves. Even though they never did hand holding, we selected both me and my brother, we selected our careers on our own. This is what we want to do in our life. So we were blessed that way, right? Not many people are fortunate to be put on a path early on in life. So my understanding is the youngsters should have a plan, and if they have a plan, that's the learning they should be focusing on, rather than the things that would get them a PR. Having a skill in life will go a lot further than having a PR. So even at this point in time, with the advent of AI, with changes, a lot of things I feel would stop mattering in the next few years, and that's when having a skill will be more handy than having a PR. So that's the first thing. The second most important thing for the youngsters is youngsters are scared to venture out, even though you have taken a step to move here. But a lot of that is with the psychological reliance of friends or family or people, or if it worked for the other person, it will work for me. Uh, the missing aspects of that is the things the other person had to do first, two, the timing, three, the current situation of the world, society, life in general. Fourth, the biggest thing that is missing is an understanding of their own abilities, which is something you gain with experience. If somebody became a truck driver, I cannot become a truck driver. Do you understand that? Do you understand what the life means for that? And whatever, right? So, and if somebody made a business from truck driving into a transport business, I also want to do that. The attraction is the money. The attraction is the PR. The attraction is not what makes you happy.
That's the point. That's the brutal reality. The thing that you're sharing with me, when I came here 17 or 18 years back, there was the same concept. Means, there is a bigger chow, right? If you have a friend who is a truck driver, they will only advise and suggest you that you have to get class 1 driver's license and drive the truck. Truck drivers make more money. If your friend is a plumber, then plumber is the best profession and occupation. You make good money. If you are something else, so they were suggesting you the same thing and you were following them, not for the profession, for the money. So you are right, Tushar. People just think about the money and they get lost. Rather than that, they should think about developing their own skill. I will ask you one more question, and that's linked to AI. But before that, I will give you context. When computers were evolving, or internet came in, all organizations were switching to computer system. This is now a very, very old story. Computers are very common these days. But during those days, people thought they will lose their jobs, right? Many people were against changing from manual system to computer system, but computer came in. Now, there is another transformation era, AI. We have heard that Microsoft laid off many people. Many companies are laying off their employees. Do you think this AI will, wipe many jobs and people will be jobless if they don't think proactively or they don't develop other skill?
Um, I will answer this question with a pinch of salt because I'm not an expert on AI. A lot of this is based on my understanding and my own gut feeling. Um, the answer to this question is simply hiding in the fact what is our understanding of AI as a society? What is our understanding of AI as an individual? Um, the computers era that we talked about, people were worried that computers will do a lot of our jobs and we will not be needed. But what the computers really did was it ushered an era of technology where technology enabled everything. So technology has already always been an enabler. It enabled accounting, it enabled communication, it enabled media. You name the field, science, education. It's in without technology, we cannot imagine our lives anymore now. Without Google Maps, we don't know where to go. 25 years ago, we used to ask, stop and ask. Even 15 years ago. The difference in the computer era and the AI era is AI is, if not there yet, but will be at the level of human intelligence or more. Right now, it may be at a phase where you need human beings to program to ask AI the right questions to get the right answers to speed up our lives. But what AI will eventually do is help us speed up our evolution, battery technologies, space travel, inventing new medicine treatments. Some of the people who in the know of the business have said one of the first problems we might be able to solve is human life longevity. And then people talk about AI fixing graphene battery problems, space travel problems, maybe even time travel. Who knows? I'm just throwing things out at the moment, right? But what it will replace is versus computer life. I'll give you a comparison. The computers enabled a lot of the average population to make their lives better, to make their jobs faster. That's what created more jobs. What AI will do is, in my opinion, is going to take away that middle part quickly. We've heard Mark Zuckerberg say AI is programming at the level of Meta's middle level engineers, which is they are really smart people. Microsoft firing smart people is a problem. So this is just sign of things to come. AI will take away lots of basic stuff, but what it will do in next 20, 30, 40 years is it will enable a lot of smart people to create a lot of smart things, new things that will allow us to have a totally different life by the time you and I are old and hopefully alive. So, but it is going to change things. We will not be needing, let's say, an accountant to do our taxes anymore. We will not be needing, hopefully, a doctor anymore for basic stuff. Robotics will evolve to a point where we can do surgeries with robots. You already do your eye surgeries with robots, your knee surgeries with robots, right? We have trusted robots to do our eye surgeries. Imagine that's one of the most critical aspects of human life, sight. So if we are slowly trusting AIs and robots with things, it's human nature to trust more eventually. When is it going to happen? If I had a crystal ball for that, I'd be a rich man. Is it going to happen? I like to think so, yes.
What my understanding and experience is, it's not just my experience, it's the truth. Technology will not lead to job loss. People who will not learn the technology will lose their job. This is the reality. Usually people don't understand that part. A lot of immigrant population in these days in Canada is students, right? International students. They come here, do the basic jobs, change so many jobs. What advice you would like to give to those international students who just came here and looking for the jobs?
I feel a lot of people, whenever I have this conversation about AI, always ask me the same thing. And most of the times I say, I don't know what to advise. But now that we're talking, I would share my inner thoughts with you, right?
Real thoughts.
Yes. AI is currently at the level of logic, going towards the level of creativity. Creativity is one of the most top level human intelligence aspects. I'm not a creative person. I can't paint. I can't write music or act or things like that. Get your inner creative person going, wake them up, and then find ways to use that creativity, plug it with AI, and make new things. If you have any understanding of what people have done in the last 20 years, they have used tech, used their creativity, and made a life with it. Whether it was a small idea of Uber, Airbnb, you name it, all of those ideas were a creative idea. Application of that creativity with tech, people created huge businesses out of it.
And that's true. Yeah.
And you have to wake your creative side. You have to start thinking critically, analyzing things, and see how you can use AI to have a creative idea, have a life for a bit, and then see how you can then go from there. But right now, either go into very traditional jobs where robotics will be the last thing to come in, which is like all handyman work, right? So plumbing, electrical, farming, things like basics that people don't know yet. No, not a lot of people know yet. Uh, then people ask me this question: if people don't have money because they don't have jobs, they'll not be buying homes, so they won't need plumbers. So we might be able to step back a bit and realize that a lot of the things will still keep going. We will not stop living. So a lot of the fundamentals will still be needed. Food and life and basics are not going anywhere. In all of humanity, they have not gone anywhere. They will always be there since the beginning of time. But the way we engage with society, the way we engage with life, that changes. So if you don't understand how the society is progressing, that's when you are doing a repetitive business or a job that has been advised to you by a friend. So for the youngsters, start thinking critically, because your critical thinking is very different to ours. When as you grow older, you have the experience as an encumbrance on your thought, which may or may not let you grow, or it can also be an impediment that, oh, I know how this works. Your brains are fresh, use it.
What I personally think, Tushar, is ki for students, any newcomer, the first thing they need to learn is communication. Communication means they're coming from a different word, right? And communication is a key to success for everything. So they should learn communication by talking to the customers. So, because you're running a business, boss, whenever you have a new team member, do you train them how to communicate or interact with the customers,
Yes.
or this is the part of your screening process? If someone is best in communication skill, you hire only to them?
No, no. We hire purely based on gut feeling that if people are trainable, first. Second, if they have a desire to learn and grow. Communication we put emphasis on, but not a lot, because we believe in training. This is I have trained a lot of people in my life before. When I was in my university, in my jobs also, in my businesses also, I we even go to now we even go to the level of teaching people, our kids, um, how to pronounce names that you don't know. So this is what elevates your communication, your level slowly. We teach our staff how to interact with customers because they have never done that. They have never seen that. Um, I jokingly say this, but in reality, this is true. A lot of these students have been to Chandigarh only once just for biometrics. They haven't even seen Chandigarh. They come from a village straight to Delhi, straight to Canada. I came across a person, they thought Haryana was a village. They did not even know it's a state. So many examples like that, right? And you have those things when you haven't explored the world. So when you don't explore, you don't know anything. So I'm not expecting communication or world awareness from any of the people we hire. We expect people to have a good work ethic. Most importantly, be open to learning and be open to building a career and be open to advice, because we advise our staff all the time. Make a career, make a life, understand what we are doing in our business. We are trying to put smiles on people's faces. We're not trying to give people a cup of chai. That's the cultural training. Everything has to be trained. So but as a motto, we hire fresh people who have not worked here so that we can start afresh with them.
And that's the beauty of Canada is, right? Whenever we come from, India or South Asian or developing countries, we always have a feeling that this guy is a white collar guy, this is a big guy, this is a labor guy. And in Canada, all are laborers. I am labor, you are labor. Every prime minister is labor. Everyone is a part of labor market pool. So whether anyone, all of your labors, and we should respect all.
Yes.
A lot of immigrants these days are facing many problems other than job, social things. One thing is very viral these days, and that is health, um, mental health. Would you like to just put some your own opinion that at your workplace you have employees or you have people in your family or in friend circle or in our community who are facing these issues, and how you coach them,
Yes.
train them to handle these situations?
I'm very glad you brought this up. This is an issue which is very close to my heart, to understand um, the difference of social life here in versus in Australia. I think I say this to a lot of people. I have never heard people in Australia say I'm stressed, I need a break. Whereas when I come here, I see a lot of people saying that, kids of all ages, adults and old people. When I'm aware of this, a part of this engagement that we have with our team is I sit down with all of them once a week, once a month, once a fortnight, just talk to them. What's your life? How are you feeling? How's your education going? How's your friendships going? Relationships going? Parents and everything. It starts at a very basic level to understand who are you. And then when you build a connection with that, our staff, they share all their problems with us. Uh, I'm not having a great time in this course. So I train one of them on a project management course because I'm a PMP certified person.
Oh,
So the other one is like, I don't know, I need time to study. Okay. If you talk to people and you know who they are, you get to know them better, and they rely on us as family, as friends, which is step one of having good mental health. You knowing that you have somebody. A lot of people here don't feel they have somebody, which is where things go wrong for mental health issues. Um, we um, we are looking to get medical insurance coverage for our staff, which will cover things like dental and counseling sessions and everything as well. I think it should start on 1st of August. Um, but again, this is yet another step from us to enable um, our our team to have someone to talk to. The idea is they don't have someone to talk to. There's jealousy in the peer circle, there is comparisons, or you have more money, or you're making more hours. There is other comparison points that all kids have, because that's all you're looking towards. You're looking towards your peers, how are they doing, to measure your own success. That is one issue. The other issue is a lot of these youngsters have relationship problems. They're married at a young age, things like that. The problems that these kids are dealing with, we don't even know. And then when you're growing, you don't have a future, you don't know what to do in your life. You're only looking at one day. Okay, today I'm getting my paycheck, that's what I came here for, and it's okay. So there's a lot, all of these things are contributing towards people's mental health issues. We are trying to make people happy through our business, through our personal goals, share some happiness, and hopefully at least the younger people can talk to somebody to have a better mental health situation. It's painful to see some of the kids. I have come across kids who are married at 18.
18.
Yes.
It's a paper marriage.
I don't know. Without going into it, it's not nice. Married at 21 and divorced already. How do you deal with it? And that is definitely going to cause you a mental health problem. Alcohol problems, drug problems. You at young age, you go into all of that when you don't have people to talk to. So going back, all we can do to begin with is to build a relationship with a human being, that okay, you have somebody to talk to. That is a fundamental. So my wife has a problem with that. Not in general. She's like, you spend so much time with everybody, you don't have time for me.
That's not your problem, buddy. That's every husband's problem. My wife says the same thing. You have time to all of the world. You
Yes.
don't have a time to me. You take calls. You take every call. Why you didn't talk? Then don't take my call. So that's a common problem.
But yeah, just on a lighter note, yes. But I
Lighter
agree.
note, yeah.
I agree. Even my wife does that. She's not a talkative person, but she still talks to the team and tries to understand what makes them tick. End of the day, we are all human beings, and these our staff. Most of the staff is half my age, half our age.
Hmm.
Yes, and they are basically kids for us. So it's our responsibility that it's not only we have to give them a paycheck and a nice place to work, we have to make sure they're happy as well.
I would say you are one of the good employers. South Asian employers who are good employers treat their employees well. We have heard many stories, complaints from employers that how do they exploit their employees, especially international students and temporary farm workers. It's a very burning topic. A lot of things are changing now as well. What's your opinion, being an employer, that how an employer should treat to their employees?
This is a very sad thing to talk about for me. The things that you hear when people come to interview for us, the things that they tell us, uh, some of those things are extremely painful, and they reek of lack of humanity. um, I cannot tell what other people to do, but what I can definitely say uh, to the prospective staff is you should all demand for better. Uh, this is basic human rights, basic stuff. If you're not getting respected, you're not getting nice treatment, you should not be in it. You should exit that, and it is a general social awareness that we should create about these issues for people to just expect better. If you demand better, a lot of the mistreatment will go away anyways, because the employers will know that we cannot get away with it.
And that's true. That's true. What I personally think is many people, especially students and immigrants, are stuck in that vicious cycle. Vicious cycle means they have a fear of losing a job, they have a fear of not getting the documents from the employer that will help them in getting the PR. That's the reason many students and temporary farm workers stuck and they face those abuses and everything. But to be very honest, Tushar, there are good people as well. There are
course.
very less bad people and many good people. It's only about finding the right people. So
Yes.
if you find a new job, your job is to test or to make sure that your employer is a good employer. Um, you have a very long story, Tushar, right? You are in Canada 2 times, 10 years back and now as well. Would you like to share any one experience that led you to rethink?
About my stay in Canada?
Yeah.
Um, no, I am a person, I don't regret my choices. Even though I have a lot of opinion about the life in Canada, that things that I would like to be different. Uh, but the most important one that I want to bring up is um, the society should pay attention to the negative things a lot more, um, rather than legalizing substance abuse in any way. We should be talking about why we get there to begin with, and let's not get there. Let's make our lives a little bit better, and it should not be the responsibility of the government or of a few people or few social elements. It should be a communal social responsibility that let's make this issue our priority and let's not go there. This and the reason why I pick on this point is when you are as a society decriminalizing any kind of substances, this is, I don't think this is a modern thought. I think this is a thought in which you are actually slipping back. You are making it somebody else's problem, you're not making it your own problem. So this is the most painful thing that I find in the society of Canada. I haven't seen enough and not an expert at all, but this is the feeling that I get as an outsider and as a new immigrant. We don't see this in Australia. Even in India, we see a lot of that happening, especially in Punjab now, lots of stuff happening. Um, but we shouldn't give up. We are not such a huge population that we it's out of our control. We are a small population and we can fix it. The only reason why I feel we are not trying to fix it is because we don't care, which makes me sad.
Being an entrepreneur and a successful businessman, since you're running a business in Canada, what's the most hardest part or challenging part to run a business in Canada?
Um,
Finding people, right people?
that is always the hospitality industry. I have been told globally is always a challenge. The hours are hard, the
It
job is
is.
hard,
It
you're
is.
always standing. And then if you are good in your job, then you want to do something of your own as well. So there is always a churn. Family owned businesses are always a little bit better than commercial businesses in terms of quality and service standards and everything. But staffing challenge aside, um, I think we can make our business processes, business setup, accounting, taxation systems a lot better. As compared to Australia, we are very, very behind. Um, in Australia, I can set up a company and get everything going, phone numbers, emails, accounts, websites, everything going in a day on my own without talking to anybody. I can do a name search on my own. I don't have to wait for a week. I can open a bank account online. I don't have to wait for an appointment. I can get my login credentials for the bank account on the same day. I don't have to wait for a mail for 15 days or 3 weeks. So, if another country can do it, which is very similar to ours in terms of size, population, geography, also lots of heritage as well. So why can't we do it? It's because probably we are not paying attention to the right things towards we are paying attention to the wrong things, I guess. So but yeah, staffing, number one problem.
Staffing. What advice you would like to give to new immigrants, including both students or temporary foreign workers, anyone who is planning to come to Canada and thinking that, once we reach Canada, we get our goal or we get the thing we want. What three advices you would like to give to those people?
Very simple. One, before you plan to come, do your homework properly. Have a plan that this is what you are going to do when you get there. This is how you're going to build a life, have a career, and this is how you're going to stay there if that's your goal to live in Canada, not in India or wherever you're coming from. And the third is stick to your plan, because if you don't stick to your plan, then your plan was always wrong to begin with. So make sure that you have enough information. So all of these things are linked together. So do your homework, make a plan, and stick to it.
Thank you very much, Tushar, for sharing your thoughts and experiences with us and with our audience as well. One day I will come and sit at Chai Coffee Company with Maggie.
Thank you.
And best of luck for your business.
Thank you.
Hopefully, the immigrants get inspiration from your story and make a plan for that.
Thank you. Thank you, Anuj. And this is a pleasure talking to you, and thanks for having me. And you're always welcome for a cup of chai, coffee, or whatever tickles your
Maggie.
fancy. Maggie.
Yes.
Thank you.
I will come with my wife. Happy wife, happy life.
I think the sooner you learn that, the happier you are.
Yeah.
Thank you.